what do you know? It's Pets and Their People. I'm Holly Pitas, your motion code body code practitioner. And we are here tonight just to talk about pets and their people. So what kind of pet do you have? There are so many different pets to have. Cats, dogs, puppies. Always fun to have a puppy. They're always a lot more work than what you think they are. They're so cute when you first get them, but they are babies and they chew and they have everything that they have to learn. So you don't want them chewing on your shoes or chewing up your woodwork, chewing on your furniture. They need to learn how to go outside for their bathroom and just learning all the house rules. They're babies, and it takes a whole lot of patience to be able to work with a puppy. Kittens are the same. Any baby animal, really. So I'm just wanting to make sure that you guys are able to know how to add comments. There have been some people that have joined, and for some reason they didn't click the little thing above that says this is how you actually add a comment so that I can see it. Let me see. I wonder, I can't do that. That is not working. So let's see. This is what would happen if you connect, if you click the little thing that says allow Be Live to show your comments. So it would show up on the bottom here. And let's just see if you are joining me tonight and if you're able to comment. So using the emotion code is really an incredible thing for helping out your pets. And as a matter of fact, I've got a special coming up in the month of May. We're going to have a 4-session event. There's a limited number of people that are going to be able to join this event, and we're going to go over some certain aspects of having a pet. So number one, for the first week, we will go over modifying a couple of your pet's behaviors. And so whether that is, chewing your shoes and not your housemate's shoes, or barking in the middle of the night, or maybe not getting along with you or other pets in the house, or just fears of storm, fears of loud noises, being afraid to get in the car, having some sort of behavior that you would like to modify. And so first of all, we're going to be able to address a couple of those issues that are most important for you and your pet. And then we're also going to go on to some emotional resets for your pet. One of the things that our pets do is they are like sponges for us, and they absorb our feelings. Part of the emotion code, and I'll get into that in a little bit, is this aspect of absorbing emotions. And you know when that happens. So you can maybe be in a really good mood and you come in contact with somebody who's in a really bad mood, and then you're feeling like you're in a bad mood. And it's not actually your bad mood that you're experiencing. It's actually that you absorbed the energy from this other person, and it's just sort of hanging around. So what happens with our pets is if you have been ill, or you've been worried about a work project or some life event or something, your dog or pet will kind of take on your feelings, and you know that they do this. And so what happens is you can then get through whatever that element is in your life, but your pet is still sort of hanging on to these difficult feelings. So they might be a little bit sad. They might be having trouble sleeping themselves. They might have it show up with stomach aches or things like that, some sort of digestive distress, itching. So lots of different things. Your pets will have, we'll just call them nervous habits, just like people have. When you get nervous, you do some certain behaviors. And so that is something that the emotion code can address really beautifully. Let me go through the keys to an emotion code session. And so I'm going to just put this up on the screen. So part of the success of the emotion code and resetting your emotional energetic setup is number one, make the appointment. So I love doing demonstrations here. If you are live and have figured out how to actually comment so that I can see it, then I would do a demonstration for you tonight. It's kind of an open office, so anything goes tonight. And then we also have a menu of what the ailments might be. And so this could be things like some sort of discomfort. So you can have an achiness somewhere. Lots of times it's in joints. So hands, knees, shoulders, back, feet, ankles. People can have head pains, or this time of year, it could be allergies. Really, any time of year, you can feel like you have an allergy to something. And so we have these physical reactions to the energy environment around us. And so the menu offers a lot of ideas. There's a lot of things that you just always do. And so you don't really realize that that is something that could have a resolution. Things like maybe biting your nails or itching, you name it, indigestion, sleeplessness, all kinds of things. So there's a lot of different possibilities of things that the emotion code can work really well on, and the body code. And then I want to make sure that you know, so right now we're sort of live for everybody to see, but when we have our private Zoom sessions, and we can work either by Zoom or text or phone, everything's very confidential and very private. So one of the great things about the emotion code and body code is that in case you did have a really traumatic event in your past and you don't want to have to retell that story and have to go through the retelling of it and the reliving of it, we don't have to do that. It's a very direct way through the energy system to be able to just come in contact with the energy of it, and we don't really need to know the story that's behind it. So it's a great saver for you. And then you would need to drink plenty of water, have some water available. I always have water available. I've always got a nice glass of water with me. And having the water just helps our energy system flowing better. Definitely the session would not start until you actually give me your permission to do this, to work with it. And then I use a kinesthetic testing. So it works kind of on the same premise as a lie detector test, that when things are truthful or not truthful for any of us, we have an actual physical reaction to it. And so I'm using a testing like that on myself. And then I use some magnets to just sort of reset the energy around myself. And because we are in a session together, this plays on to you too. So one of the really great things is that you can have oftentimes a very immediate response to the benefits of it. So if you were coming in with something like, not being able to lift your arm up very far, we do the emotion code, body code session on it. And then I'll ask you to just sort of move your arm around a little bit, and then suddenly you'll find that you can have a greater extension of your reach in your arms. So I'm not seeing anybody on tonight where I'm seeing the comments, but some of my previous sessions have the live demonstrations, and it's really pretty amazing to be able to say, wow, this thing was really bothering me before, and now it is not. So it's true for people, it's true for pets, it's also true for kids. And so if you are the legal guardian, so legal parent of children, I am able to work on your kids for you too. So that is great. And a lot of times you have situations where maybe your child, maybe you've got a young child, and just sort of the general behavior of a 2-year-old or 3-year-old, the things that they commonly do can be very threatening to your pets. And then, so sometimes there's a couple of bugs in the relationship that need to be worked out so that the pets and the child learn how to coexist more respectfully with each other. Emotion code can work with that. When I was talking before about some of these emotions, a lot of times people wonder what they are, and I am looking for my emotion code chart. And where is it? Oh no. So it's not here. But, and I don't know that I have it out right next to me either. I did not reach it. So, here it is. So this is a Submini emotion code chart. So you're really not going to see it all that great, but this is it. This is what I'm working off of. And so everything is divided into columns and rows for the emotion code part. And so what we do is we try to identify exactly what emotion you are feeling. So you might know that you have, I don't know, a meeting with your boss and you always get a little bothered by that. You're kind of excited about it and you can have certain emotions, but through the emotion code program, we're able to actually identify if you're feeling anxiety or if you're feeling nervousness. They're technically different types of emotions and different feelings. It might also be something like confusion or defensiveness. You might be feeling like you have some sort of conflict when you're in a meeting with this person, or frustration or indecisiveness. And so a lot of times, you just have this feeling or you have this reaction. And through using the emotion code system and body code system, we're actually able to pinpoint the exact thing. It's kind of like, if you go into a restaurant and you say you want to have some vegetables, well, it's like, okay, what vegetables do you want to have? Or if you say you're thirsty and you want to have a drink, well, they're going to say, okay, what would you like to drink? Do you want to drink water? Do you want to drink a carbonated beverage? Do you want to drink a cocktail? Do you want to drink a wine? Is it a red wine or is it a white wine? Is it a coffee? Is it a tea? And if it's tea, well, then what do you want? Do you want hot tea, iced tea, an herbal tea, a black tea? And then there's all kinds of varieties within that. And so that is also how this emotion code and body code work, is that we really have to drill it down to what this specific emotion is and the specific way in which it is contained in your energy system. So you see the book behind me. It's the Emotion Code book. It was written by Dr. Bradley Nelson, and he is retired now, but he has a background as a holistic chiropractor. And he is the one that discovered this emotion code system. So he was doing treatments on people. They would, their spine and everything would adjust just perfectly. And yet they were still having the same type of issue reoccurring. And eventually he was able to just sort of intuitively come up with the system of the emotion code and the body code. So there's a lot more to it. That's just a very brief discussion or brief illustration of how it can work. And so it's really pretty amazing. So I'm glad that you are watching this. I don't know if you are here live, but I know that you are here at the replay. And so it's a fun system. It's very fast. It's amazing how fast it can work. And it's amazing how actually really revolutionary it is. So you can have something like that head pain, or you think, well, it's a sinus pain, or you think I've got a runny nose because the weather's been changing. And actually, it can be traced into one of these elements on this chart. There's, through the body code, there's multiple charts. And so what I can do as a certified emotion code body code practitioner is discern down to what that actual element is, and through the system that I've studied and learned under Dr. Bradley Nelson, be able to release those emotions from you, release it from your energy system, and then suddenly you are definitely feeling better. So I would love to have you join me with it. I'm also going to be doing, I had mentioned the special sessions coming up in May of 2022 for your pet and your household, so the people, you and the other people in your household. And then additionally, in May, we have Mother's Day coming up. And Mother's Day can be a wonderful day for mothers that are having happy families and kids that are excited about celebrating their mother, spouses that are excited about celebrating the mother of the children, and grandmothers. It's a wonderful day, and mothers are incredible people. The world would not exist without our mothers. But it can also be a really sad day for a lot of people. So there are so many people where your mother has died, your mother is dying, you're estranged from your mother, or you are a mother who is estranged. You have a very sick child, or possibly you were unable to conceive a child, or you did have a child and it was a stillbirth, a miscarriage. The child died before you. I think one of the greatest pains that they talk about in the world is that when a parent outlives their child. So the commercials are coming out, the cards are coming out, everybody's going to be talking about happiness for Mother's Day, and it can be a real trigger for a lot of people that you just, you want a cocoon. You don't want to have to watch TV to see a commercial. You don't want to have to hear ads on the radio. You don't want to have to hear songs about it. Suddenly it's everywhere in the world, and it's something that is just painful. So let me help you with that. Let me help you to not have to experience that torturous sadness. And so I've got some sessions that are going on. If you have something really extreme that you want to work one-on-one, then definitely just set up an appointment with me. But what we can do, otherwise, I've got some group sessions coming up. And so there's a lot of people that just, there's a commonality of emotions. And in my group sessions, which is different than a class, but the group sessions, we can clear these sessions for the congregate. And again, you can either take part through a distance, so you would be included in all of the clearings, or you can come to the Zoom. You don't have to be on camera. And so there is a setup for that, and I would love to have you join me. I understand how difficult some of these different holidays will trigger different emotions in people. But right now, at this time of year, the next holiday that we have is Mother's Day. And if you are having difficulty with it, I would really like to be able to help you with it. So I want to make sure that I'm going to see what I have to do to show this link a little bit better. So if you are here, I won't see your comments until after I end the Be Live, and then I go back into Facebook or YouTube to be able to see the actual live comments. And so I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am Holly Pitas, and I have, let me just show you. I want to make sure that you know how to book a one-on-one session with me. You probably already know because you found me through my Get Feeling Better page. on Facebook, and then, or if you've found me through my hollypitas.com, but it's Get Feeling Better also, getfeelingbetter.com. So in our world today with the internet and everything, there's lots of ways that you can trace me down. And so I would love to be able to work with you, whether it be on this special set for Mother's Day, or your pet, or something else that is working, that you feel like you need to be able to work with and release. So again, thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I look forward to seeing you soon and helping you to get